Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I'm going to start the class. So last class we seen that chassis and frames both are similar words over here. So we seen that how the chassis is. So now there are the few types of frames that also we seen that. I take you that just introduction about chassis. So the kind of chassis word was started in the French country. Then later on it has been modified into frame. So later on it has been converted into chassis and frame. Both are similar words. The chassis is one of the component in automobile engineering, which is using for supporting of all other components. So in order to get the transmission, or dynamic movement on the automobile vehicle, and sometimes it is also called as it is a carrying unit, because all the parts are mounted on which, and it is try to taking the movement, carrying of goods and carrying of passengers. So that is why it is also called a carrying unit. So some of the classifications also we seen on chassis, mounting of engine, then locating of engine, then everything we seen that classifications also there. Then coming into the frames, there are three types of frames are there, which are mostly helpful to, or which are mostly supported to the chassis. So first coming to the channel section. So already I said that channel is nothing but which are located, which are placing or which are designing in the I section, then C section, L section. So likewise, we have a different sections are there. There also we can see shear force and bending moment. But in order to withstand the kind of load, which load is placing on the automobile engineering or automobile component or automobile vehicle. So the kind of channel sections are most resistible to that load. So that is why the channels are using over here. So you can see on the screen also there are channels are there. And the box section, it is also one kind of section here. It is a square or rectangular bars. So middle of that halo also is available. So halo also is taking place. So by taking off halo, it will give that more strength on that, and it can observe the all vibrations and observe all the loads. So that is why it is a one of the section here, one of the classification or one of the type here. Next to tubular section. Tubular section is also nothing but it is a section by section. It is a good in torsion also, right? And it is a long lengthing. The kind of members are the kind of section or type of frames are very long frames. So these three most important frames over here, the type of classification under the type of classification. Next, some of the frames are there here. So already you may be seen in the last class, because at the end of this we are unable to get the proper answer over this. So that is why I'm continuing from this here, from this slide onwards. So conventional frame. So you can see here, this is the one conventional frame here. This is the one conventional frame. So conventional frame is nothing but just there are the members, horizontal members and vertical members. So and the chassis are connected here. This is the chassis and this is the chassis. These are connected. So the body is on this there are the wood can be placed here so that the body can be constructed wood. So for example, you can take lorry. So on the frame, we can see that the total construction of the body with wood. So wood is avoiding corrosions, and it sometimes it is also having a more strength. So we have different kind of woods are there, so which are capable of carrying loads. So depend on the loads category, depend on the applied load on that automobile, we can select the wood also over here. So that is the here also you can see that the body is made up of wood, so that we can resist the corrosion, and the torsion also we can resist. So everything we can resist. So that is the one concept over here. Next, coming into the semi-integral frames. So in this type of frame, classification of frame or type of frame, chassis are there. Along the chassis, some of the components, some of the parts which are supported to the body also is there, but little bit extra compared to this, little bit extra compared to conventional frames. So that is why semi-integral frames are there. So in the semi-integral frames are there, it can be the body is mounted by rubber. The body mounts, rubber body mounts are placed by relatively stiff mounts. So on which we can place the body rubber, on which where in the conventional way there is a what you call that wood we can construct as a body, but over here we can take rubber as a body. Right, the total outside of the physical body can be constructed by using a rubber. So that is the one semi-integral frame. Of course, this is also providing more strength because rubber cannot take away, rubber cannot be take it easily, take out into easily because it is also having a more strength. It is also having a corrosion resistance. So it can also provide the good strength on the automobile vehicle. So that we can also have this kind of concept on these automobiles. Next, coming into that integral frames, this is the one integral frame, right? So total body is available here, total body is available. So on that body we can have mirrors, and on that body we can have some other category of materials also, so that we can say that it is a more total physical body over it, physical body, right? There is no frames here, all assembly are attached to the body. So here these are the frames. You see here, this is the frames are there. So such kind of frames we cannot see in integral frames, because frames and chassis both are constructed as a one, that is called as a body. Both combined, both merged together, that is called as a body there. So that concept we can see in the next slide and next slide. So whenever we have like this, we can have some advantages and we can have some disadvantages. Of course, disadvantages are less and advantages are more. The advantages are here. So easily we can avoid the other forces which are acting on the body when we have a chassis and frames are combined or merged together, which is called as a body. And we can construct easily, and we can have a production cost is less, everything time also less here, assembly of all individual components. So such like we have a various advantages are there here. So that is why nowadays the people are industry people, automotive industry people are looking into that integral frames. Integral is nothing but integration or merging of chassis and frames. In this uh, in these changes, become a subframes and other subframes are also used in front on the rear suspension units. This is the body. Then again we have different sub-assemblies. Sub-assemblies and assemblies also are there. So those assemblies are having their own respective functions over there. So we can have a different functions by taking up different assembly of that. After that, finally, we can assemble all sub-assemblies made it into one final assembly, so that the final assembly is ultimate into to get the dynamic or to get the transmission of vehicle on the road, to get the transmission of vehicle
మా
on the road,
ఈసారి వస్తే బండి కొట్టద్దని చెప్పు.
right? So that is the one category over integral frames. Next, this is the most advantages, and this is the category. This is the type of body frame nowadays people are using, so that we can have a depth of knowledge over here, right? Next, coming into that, so loads. The last class who we were here, so unfortunately it was over time. So there are few what you call that loads are there when the vehicle is moving on the road, when the automobile vehicle moving on the road. Some of the loads are have been brought to you. Some of the loads have been brought to you. The first load is stationary load. So whenever the vehicle is parked at one place, whenever the vehicle is get that static movement on the road or on the ground, so immediately the total weight of the body is acting on the ground. Total weight of the body is acting on the ground. So instead of, we'll say that on the ground, the total weight of the body is on the tires. Say for example, the vehicle is not taken away, the vehicle is not taking ride for fast of 2 months or 3 months. What will happen? Immediately the tires will get punctured. Because it leads to that the total weight of the vehicle is falling on the tires, tires are unable to withstand the with that loads, so immediately tires will get punctured. So that is why this is the one of the case. So for that, what we are taking, for that we are taking that suspensions under the wheels, suspension under the wheels, and support under the wheels, so that whenever the vehicle is under stationary for long time, so that we can use the kind of supports and we can made it into stand on the tires, so that the tires will not take more load on that. So immediately the tires are safe mode. So that is why we can save the tire cost on this. So that we can see where especially these bore lorries are there, well bores or lorries are there. So the kind of people are making that support on the tires, so that the tires will get more safe on. So that is the one stationary, because the kind of support is falling on the chassis and body, so that those will provide the help to the tires also. Next, to coming into short duration of loads while turning and braking. Turning, when the vehicle is under the curved section, so due to centrifugal force, due to unbalancing of the vehicle may be fall down either left side or right side, or vehicle may be lift either left side or right side. So in order to that maintaining of from these loads, the chassis is a one, chassis has to provide in the proper way, chassis has to design in the proper way, so that the vehicle will be safe under the curved sections. The vehicle will be safe under the short duration of the loads. And braking also. Sometimes there is a sudden braking, sometimes there is a immediate braking, fraction of seconds of braking, so that the vehicle may be what you call that, vehicle may be fly on the air, vehicle may be fly in the air. So in that cases, the chassis is a one, chassis has to design in the proper way, so that the vehicle will not lift from the ground while applying of the sudden brakings, and it is safe from that loads also. So that is why short duration of loads, while taking up short duration of the loads, the chassis is a one, chassis is taking more importance on this. It cannot provide such kind of what you call the lifting or flying in the air of that particular vehicle, that and all will be avoided. The momentary loads while quick acceleration. Suppose when the vehicle is moving at high speed, say for example at 100 kilometer per hour, then what will happen, suddenly there is some disturbances on the ground, disturbances on the road, suddenly one of that stopped by you from that acceleration, then you has to make that, you has to apply the sudden braking system. So at that time also what will happen, the total load, momentary load will be fall on you. So that is why we are taking accidents. Whenever the sudden brake is applying, immediately the driver will be fall down on steering, so that the chest of the driver and heart of the driver will be damages at that cases. So that is why the from that momentaries it has to avoid, so that the chassis is even chassis is providing or supporting the braking system, and also that it is having a more strength, and also that it is providing a good acceleration and good observing what do you call that dynamic observations, observing that simply I can say that vibrations are observing by that acceleration of, by the chassis, so that it can provide the some of the safe, it provide the safety to the drivers. So simply I can say that the kind of momentary loads also can be chases by chasing by the chassis, it is supported to this kind of momentaries, and if there also sudden braking system. Then load applied while crossing the roads of irregular and uneven surfaces. So load applied. Suppose there is a while the vehicle is moving on the road, vehicle is driving on the road. Suddenly there is a speed cutter, speed cutter. So he has to take the proper decision on that speed cutter. He cannot jump the speed cutter directly. So if you do so, the driver will do so like that. Then the vehicle will get a damage. The suspension system will get damaged, and other parts of the vehicle also will get damaged. So that is why the kind of load which is using for crossing of speed cutters, it is a most essential here, and the way of planning to cross the speed cutter and crossing of the road also is most important. Crossing road also most important, and irregular on the road, irregular surfaces on the road also cross has to cross by proper way. Then the kind of loads can be minimized on the chassis. If not, then the total uneven surfaces of the load on the vehicle is more, then immediately there is a possibility to break the chassis. There is a possibility to get crack on the chassis also. So simply I can say that such kind of loads are taking place on the automotive vehicles. Then immediately there is a possibility of damage of the chassis. Then sudden accidents, loads caused by the sudden accidents or hand collisions. So sometimes due to the driver disturbances, due to other causes which are facing by the drivers. So which causes or leads to get the accident or make the accident of that particular vehicle. So it has to avoid. It has to avoid. So for that, the body has to give that more strength, and the chassis also provided more strength so that the accident can be minimized here. If not, then chassis is a very light. Chassis is not that much strength, and the chassis is not considering other accidental forces, other collision forces. Then immediately the chassis will lead to the damage. So the damage is passenger. It caused to passenger death. So that is why it has to provide, the chassis has to provide, and the body has to provide with a high strength as much as possible. It has to provide a more strength. So that is why nowadays there are the airbags in the car also. There are airbags in the vehicles also, because by taking of that, by opening of that, the accidental can be minimizes. The accidental can be minimized. That is the one case over here. Loads caused by the irregular and overloading of the vehicle. Sometimes there is a possibility to have more than the design level of load. Say for example, one lorry is there, it can be bearable 100 tons, but due to some other problems, the person allowed to take a 101, 102, 110 tons of load on that lorry. So what will happen immediately? Up to certain distance, it can be bearable by that lorry. After that, it is not bearable, so that there is a possibility of damage all the components, or there is a possibility of damaging of chassis. So that is why for each and every vehicle, there is a certain load. You take the two-wheeler also. Two-wheeler is allowed to take only two members, two seating capacity. That means that nearly 100 plus 100 or 200 kgs. It cannot more than that. Sometimes the people are going three, four members also, four members also riding on the two-wheeler. So in that cases, it leads to that damaging of the vehicle. So that is why, so in order to maintain a proper chassis, in order to design a proper chassis and body, then these are the certain loads. These are the some of the loads, which are loads are acting over which. So these loads has to consider by the person, and these loads has to understand by the designing person, loads which are acting on the body, so that the chassis or the body is more desirable and most economical by considering of all these factors. So this and all should be a design engineer. This and all should be followed by the design engineer, not by other persons. So design engineer is the one who is designing of all those things. He has to be a clear idea about all these loads. So how to take, how to handle, how to follow this and that, right? Next, coming into the chasing operations, operating conditions. So there are four chasing operating conditions are there. These are listed over here. So you can see this. So these operating conditions are nothing but after designing, it has to go for manufacturing. Once it has been manufactured, then it will go for trial. So during the trial or after releasing into the market, also we can have this. So in that cases, the chassis has to follow the proper conditions, the proper bending operations or proper operations. So vertical bending, this is also one of the condition or one of the factor observed or analysis by the design engineer. So vertical bending. So some cases there is a possibility of taking bending on the body. So in order to that cases, it has to provide or it has to take away from that. So for that we have to take a vertical bending, and I'll show you the diagram also, vertical, how the vertical bending is taking, how to avoid that vertical bending also. Then longitudinal torsion. Longitudinal torsion is nothing but it is followed by the diagonal position. So there are four tires are there. four tires are there. Two opposite corners is a diagonal. So the kind of torsion is taking on the diagonal basis. So in order to avoid the diagonal basis, the body has to, the total automotive vehicle has to take proper way. Then that also we has to see. No, we will study that also. Lateral bending. Lateral bending is nothing but which is the force acting on the sides of the vehicle, on the sides of the vehicle, longitudinal axis of the vehicle. Just the kind of load, the kind of force, or the kind of stresses is acting on both sides. So how the load is acting on both sides, that also we'll see. Horizontal loosening. Horizontal loosening is also one that factor has to consider here. So once the factor is considered, once the factor is avoided during the during the design by the design engineer, then it says that it is a good vehicle. So simply these four factors has to understand by the person, understand by the us, so that the kind of chases is experienced a lot and lot. The kind of chases will give the more life. So in order to increase the chasis life, then we'll study about vertical bending. The vertical bending is a one. The vertical bending is a one when the persons are sitting at the middle of that. Say for example, there is a car. So the car seating is provided inside of the body or inside the interior of the body. So when the persons are allowed to sit at the respective place, instead of sitting that persons at respective place, they are seated at center. Then immediately there is a possibility of bending at center. I'll show you the diagram also here. So here you can see the diagram. The diagram will take you that vertical bending. So simply it says that a kind of simply supported beam. We seen that how the simply supported is taking place at two supports. When the load is applying at the center, then it is a possibility of bending. It is a possibility of bending, center bending. This is a center bending, maximum bending at center. So here also there is a one support tire. This is another support. Likewise, we have a four supports at four corners. But the passenger, the person who are allowed to sit at this side and this side and this side and this side, four sides, instead of allowing to sit at four sides, the person has sat at the center. Immediately there is a possibility of taking bending like this, that particular vehicle, because the maximum bending is at center. The maximum, this is here you can see the arrow mark. So here the bending causes will be taken place. So that is why the total load whichever acting on the body, I mean that total four persons has to share their total load to the body equally. The total load of the persons has to share the equally about the components of automobile vehicles, so that it can save avoiding of that center bending. Otherwise, there is a possibility of taking the bending or center bending. So this is the one cause where we are taking of this. Got it? This center load, that is vertical bending or center load. See, considering a chassis frame is supported at its ends by the wheel axle and weight equivalent to the vehicle equivalent. Passenger and luggages is concentrated around the middle of the wheel basis. Then the side members are subjected to vertical bending. Side members are subjected to vertical bending, like simply supported beam. Right? The same concept of simply supported beam, simply supported concept is acting here. Then coming into that longitudinal torsion, second concept over here, that also we'll see it. This is the longitudinal concept you can see over here. As I said that this is the diagonal base and this is the diagonal base. Wheels are taking a diagonal basis. When the vehicle is moving on the road, so two wheels are rotating in the proper way. Two wheels are taking propulsion in the proper way. Other two wheels are not taking propulsion in the proper way because due to bumps on the road. So one tire or two tires are taking bumps on the road. Immediately there is a disturbances on the tire between the road and the tire. So immediately there is a possibility of irregularity on the vehicle. So this kind of irregularity on the vehicle will leads to that these two tires or diagonal tires will get some up movement from the ground. These two tires are rolling from the ground. so that there is a torsion on the members. There is a twisting movement on the members. So the kind of twisting movement on the members is called as a longitudinal torsion. The amount of twisting is taking along the length of the vehicle, along the length of the vehicle. This is the along length of the vehicle. The total load is acting along the length of the vehicle. So that is why it is a longitudinal torsion. Torsion is nothing but some kind of twisting, because it is taking up, these two tires are on the ground. So there is some irregularity on the frames. So the kind of irregularity on the frames leads to that torsion. So it's keep on increasing over here. The kind of torsion is keep on increasing over here. Then it is a possibility of damaging on it, right? There is a possibility of damaging of that particular member. Next, coming into that other category of operation is lateral bending. As I said, that lateral bending is nothing but it is a what? Lateral bending. It is acting on the side members. These are the side members over here. These are the side members. The lateral bending is following on over the side members. So some disturbances on the road when the vehicle is moving on that, due to some centrifugal force, due to that other forces, due to the turning of the corners. So due to those kind of causes, there is a bending on the side members. The kind of bending on the side members is a lateral bending. So don't say that lateral bending is nothing but after bending. It will take the time to bend of that particular frames. Not like that here. So it's a clear information. It's a clear information over here is. So due to some other centrifugal forces and other factors which are acting on the body, by taking up those, the bending is taken place at sides. So the kind of that, it is a lateral bending. If keep on lateral bending is increasing, then at once upon a time, the member, the what you call that, the chassis of the member will be breakdown. So right, it should not be take place here. So it has to avoid. To avoiding of that, the lateral bending also has to consider. Next, last concept is lodging. So lodging is nothing but there is a some what you call that tractive force. The tractive force is taking that longitudinal way. Longitudinal way. The kind of longitudinal is converted into parallelogram method. The kind of longitudinal into parallelogram method. So the total tires are actually like this. So here is a here is a one front tire, here is a back tire, but these two are like this. But unfortunately, due to some forces, the tire will convert it into like this. Here that only we are looking into that. So this is the one and this is the one due to some forces, obstacles over here. Then obstacles are front wheels or rear wheels. Then immediately the loosening will be taken place like that. Loosening will be from rectangular to from like rectangular of that particular body to converted into parallelogram of that particular body. Parallelogram of that particular body. Some distortion will be taken place on the body. The kind of distortion will be, we call it as a loosening here, horizontal loosening, right? So it is taking place on the potholes. Potholes are nothing but bumps. Road at joints. Road at joints are nothing but speed cutters. Surface humps. So there is some irregularity on the road and curves on the road. So these are the possibility of spots on the road to provide this kind of this. So in order to provide that, the kind of propulsion thrust has to take place on the body. So the kind of propulsion thrust will be leads to that minimizing of loosening over here, right? So four important concepts here. The four important concepts are these. Four important concepts of this, right? So when we have this, then we can say that the vehicle is under smooth condition of that particular chassis. Vertical bending, longitudinal torsion, lateral bending, and horizontal loosening. Next, there is also one. So there is also one that is called as a integral frame. I said that integral frame. Integral frame is nothing but merging of chassis and axis and chassis and frames. So nowadays it is used most of the cars. So no frame, all the assembly units are attached to the body. That is the one modern facility over here. So all the functions of the frame carried out by the body itself. So there is no frame, there is no chassis, only body is there. All the functions are carried by the body. That is the modern car or modern vehicle nowadays. So due to which, what is that, cheaper and less weight, because chassis is avoiding, like frame is also avoiding. So the total weight is minimizing on that body. So that is the one few advantages. And disadvantages also is there, difficulty repairing. Whenever the automobile vehicle get repaired, so it is somewhat complicated to get repairs, because the body is integrated there. The body cannot be make it into allow that particular person to do repairs, because it is a somewhat complicated area over there. So that is why the person cannot be pass into that body, and he cannot make it into repairs. So that is the one problem over here. This is also called as a unibody, because the total body is a one. The total body is not separated to each other. The body is not combined by two components. It is made by the only one single body, right? So that is why it is a unibody and monocube. So it is building, the body and the frame parts are welded together or merged together. So by that, it is a total strong structure will be constructed over it. Strong structure, it is a one kind of strong structure. Some of the materials for making of that body, car body. So car, you take the Ferrari, these are all sports cars here. So for that, the body is making material with that particular material, and chassis is also making that particular material in olden days. That is the material selection for particular car. So nowadays there are fiber materials is a most active way. So now the people are allowing that to taking fiber material. Then with that fiber material, the car parts are making way. So this is the body of chassis. Then chassis or frame. So in our syllabus, there is a concept of chassis and frame. Sometimes it is a body. So body, frame, chassis, these three are a similar words over here. So you can take that words, right? That's all about chassis and frames. Next concept, we have power unit or power production. Power production in automobile vehicle. We'll see in the next class, right? We'll see in the next class. We have only short period of time. So I have one video. If it is possible, can you see the video? I will show you that video so that it is helpful to continue in the next class. Just I'll play the video. We'll go through that video.
Sir, group lo పెట్టండి sir.
Video group lo. Just have this. I'll keep in group also, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Just concentration on the video.